असिस्टेंट कोच एरिक सिमंस ने धर्मशाला में पत्रकार वार्ता करते हुए कहा कि लंबे समय से चेन्नई खेल रही है, ऐसे में अच्छा बुरा अनुभव रहा है। आईपीएल में इस तरह का ही खेल देखने को मिलता है। धर्मशाला बेहतरीन स्टेडियम है, यहाँ पर टीमों के लिए खेलना बेहतरीन रहेगा। उन्होंने कहा कि तशिंगा घायल हुए हैं, दीपक चाहर व तुषारा भी अब रिकवरी कर रहे हैं, ऐसे में उम्मीद है कि वह मैदान में उतरेंगे।
Yeah, obviously, when you win 5, what's it out of 10, then you've had a 50-50 season, which is pretty much where we've gone. We've had a few niggles along the way. One of our standouts over the years has been the consistency of a team. We haven't really been able to do that with a few niggles and a few injuries, so we've had to make a few adjustments that have been forced upon us. We've had a few tosses not go our way, which has been difficult, particularly with the amount of dew that we've experienced on some of the ground. So those have been disappointing, but that's the way the IPL goes. That's where cricket goes, and you need to find the ways to overcome it. But on the other side, we've won 5 really good matches, and that's been very rewarding. So this is the business end of this tournament, as we always know. This is when you need to really stand up and win those crucial matches. Tomorrow will be a crucial match. They'll all be crucial from here. And this is a lovely stadium. I was here with the South African team. We did lose to Netherlands, so not always great memories, but still, it's a wonderful place to come and play. Just the whole environment is so relaxing and so peaceful, and just a time to just almost reset yourself as a person, not just as a cricketer. So always good to come here and play cricket. Well, obviously Deepak's pulled up with a problem in his leg. I don't think the final decision is made about the rest of the tournament. I mean, that the medical staff will ultimately have to offer supply us with. He's not here with us today, so certainly that's not great news for us. And then the 2 Sri Lankan lads had to go back around their visas and applications and stuff like that. They won't practice today, but again, it will depend on selection how it goes for tomorrow. Once we know conditions, once we get the balance of our team right.
Yeah, same question essentially. Also, Patibana got an update. Tushar based Pandey, what's his update?
As I say, Deepak will get a final decision on the next day or so. I'm not sure exactly what it is for the rest of the tournament. He's not here. He's not with us at the moment. Obviously, he has got an injury to his leg. Tushar essentially had flu, and he was pretty bad on the day of the game, so he wasn't available. But he seems fine right now. We've had a bit of a flu run through the squad. Shardul played with a bit of it last game, so there were a few chaps under the weather, but Tushar seems right on the other side of it now, so hopefully he'll be perfect once the start comes tomorrow.
Looking at the points table,
other teams play against each other. There are a lot of important games. There are very few games now that aren't important. Everything's going to be they're all important all the way through, but when you look at the table and you understand where everyone stands. But again, one of the mantras of our side throughout, the history of this franchise, and certainly someone like MS Dhoni and our new captain as well, has been around the next ball is the most important. You can't look beyond that. So that's the way we'll approach it, and that's all we can really do. And I think that's been our strength. And it's one of the reasons we've made so many playoffs, and one of the reasons we've won so many trophies, that we do just play the next ball as it needs to be played, rather than think too much outside of what we can't control. All we can control is the next ball, and that'll be certainly what we'll do.
Okay, good. Can you see some of the youngsters, who are...
Yeah, so certainly our conversation with the bowlers has been broader for this match. We chat one-on-one with a group of guys, and certainly there's going to be some changes. We've lost. Deepak won't play. Mustafa, as you know, is gone. So there's got to be some changes. We've got to find a new way to balance the side. Certainly with Fizz, we knew he was leaving, but Deepak, unfortunately, to lose a play at any stage of the tournament, but at this late stage is difficult. But again, like I say, the IPL is about that. But certainly, if you're just preparing 11 or 12 or 13 players, you're making a mistake. We haven't. I've been working certainly with the young bowlers all the way through. We go down to matches before we do our drills, and we make sure that they understand not only their roles that they could have, but what happens in matches. We discuss reviewing matches that we've played and understand the way that we do play. So all the guys that would come in, the chaps that would come in, have been part of our setup for a while. And hopefully they'll just slip in to the side because they have been part of the conversations and they do know our structures and thinking.
So it is a high altitude ground. So what are you expecting for tomorrow?
A lot of new records of the batting. That's the truth of it. This tournament certainly has shown what's possible. I think there's been a mind shift for the batsman as much as anything else. You know, we talk about the impact player, but sometimes it's not the impact player that makes a difference. I think the batsmen have had a mindset shift, and that's freed them up to play with an enormous amount of aggression throughout the innings. From our side, that does come with risk as bowlers, so we try and exploit that. We try and say, okay, if you want to play like that, how can we slow you down and how can we take wickets because of the way that you're playing? And that's what we have to do. But I think when you come to a ground like this, you have to be realistic about what a score is possible, and you have to understand, for example, what lengths do you bowl on this wicket? It bounces more here than most places. So what length is the right length? If you bowl a Chennai length here, you're probably going to get punished. So finding that right length as soon as possible. Is the wide York working? Is the heel York working? Does pace-off work? So finding the right strategy is very, very important. We're playing them again, obviously, so we've analysed them twice now as a batting group and what we can and can't do to exploit it. But it is a testing ground for bowlers. The IPL has become a testing ground for IPL bowlers, but this one in particular. So it's really about getting the strategy right on the day against the batsman on the conditions that we're offered tomorrow.
So what will
Thank you, sir.